What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got another Pirates of the Caribbean story to talk about. Jerry Bruckheimer is doing the interview rounds, and this one is maybe, and I always say this, actually each one becomes more and more interesting, but I say in all these that this one is the most interesting or it's the biggest. I mean, he actually gave a very specific detail on this movie of Pirates that we're actually going to get, which is kind of new, definitely new. So the interviewer asks about Pirates 6, asks about Margot Robbie, asks about Johnny Depp. So I want to read the questions and the answers, and then we'll talk about it. So let's go through this. Pirates 6 has gone through so many iterations. Why has it been tough to crack? Oh God, they're all hard. I think we're getting close on that one too. We have a very good script. We developed two of them, the one with Margot Robbie and one with a younger cast. The Margot Robbie one needs a little more work. The younger cast one is close. Hopefully we'll get both. But Robbie said in an interview the project wasn't happening. It's alive for me. It's alive for Disney. I'm sure she was disappointed it didn't go first, or maybe not because she's very busy, so it might be a blessing to push this a bit. We believe we'll get it made. It's a very strong story. Does the recent trial outcome make Johnny Depp somebody a studio like Disney would put front and center again in a Pirate sequel? You'd have to ask them. I can't answer that question. I really don't know. I would love to have him in the movie. He's a friend, a terrific actor, and it's unfortunate that personal lives creep into everything we do. Depp has hinted that if we were to return, the film should have a clear ending for his character, but would you ever kill off Jack Sparrow? You can't. We tried to kill him. It didn't work. So going actually backwards, that last one, I believe, is taken from the trial. During the trial, Johnny Depp had talked about how he was doing kind of like a script writing with the other writers for Pirates 6, and in that, they were going to do a definitive closing of the book, closing like the chapter of not just Jack, but it seemed like the rest of the characters too, so like Will, Elizabeth. So here's the deal. I guess to throw out the Margot Robbie stuff as well, seems like she's kind of throwing a fit about it. To be honest with you, we've talked about Margot Robbie. I've talked about how I don't really mind her as an actress. I think she's probably above average. As a person, I really don't know, but I definitely don't like her in regards to Pirates because she has no idea what she's talking about. I believe Jerry Bruckheimer here. You don't have to. You could believe Margot Robbie, but I kind of get the sense that like and we've always heard this. It's not new. They've at least kept their story very consistent. 2 movies being made, one with Margot, one without, and I feel like they chose, and the reason I think they chose is probably different than what Jerry Bruckheimer would say. I think they chose to do the other one because the other one is with Jack. It's in line with Pirates. It is what you would consider Pirates 6, and then Margot Robbie seemingly has thrown a fit only because, and the only thing you can look at is, yeah, she did say like they're done, like it's not going to happen. They don't want to do the all-female thing, whereas Jerry Bruckheimer is saying, no, we never said that. We said that it's going second, and we just have another one that we want to do first. So there seems to be a little bit of a divide there, but obviously the main crux of it is not just the Johnny Depp part. The main crux of it is actually the fact that he answers the Pirates 6 question with talking about how we're getting very close with that too. So that's what he says. And he does go on to say Margot's movie and then a younger cast one, making it sound like it doesn't necessarily have to be a Pirates 6, but here's what it probably is. It's another passing of the torch movie. Now, I'd have to kind of see, what they're doing in order to, not even fully get on board with it, but just kind of understand it, because they have now, if they do this, they've now done this 3 times, right? Pirates 4 was a new cast, younger generation. Pirates 5, new cast, younger generation, including even tying them together. Because see, in 4 with like Serena and Philip, they weren't attached in any way. They were attached to Jack through knowing them, but they weren't attached in terms of relationship. Then they tried 5 with Karina and Henry, where they literally tried to attach, and I think they did it actually pretty well. I may be in the minority there, but they tried to attach them to legacy characters, right? Karina being Barbossa's daughter, Henry being Will's son. So I think they actually did a pretty solid job there. If they were to now do a 6 with a younger cast, I think it means a couple things. Karina and Henry are not coming back, and it would be another young generation, right? To pass the torch off to them with Jack Sparrow being there. Now, what's tough about it is, he doesn't throw Jack or Johnny Depp, either, whichever one you want to talk about, into that answer to that question. And then when asked about Johnny, obviously he's asked about if Disney would want him in the movie. But again, here's the thing. I do think there's a little bit of deception / lying to that answer, just like there kind of has been. Because again, I will continue to go back to just everything we've seen of Jerry over the last little while. You do not choose to put Margot Robbie's movie on the back burner, coincidentally after the trial, and then do this other movie without Johnny Depp. I mean, I don't want to bore you because we always say the same thing, but in case, for new viewers, you're just not going to do that. Jerry Bruckheimer is a smart person. People with brains would understand this. People that turn them off, maybe it's a little bit more difficult. You're not going to sell a Pirates movie right now without Johnny Depp. You need to do a final movie where you say goodbye. You need to. And for the love of God, and again, depending on how you read it, it can maybe come across either way. The whole younger cast, you could say, oh shoot, so not really focused on Jack, right? Like he would be almost like a cameo. You can't do that. You can't do it. You have to have him at least in the role he had in 5. Now, that is a drunken loser, but he needs to be in the movie like he was in 5, where he is still central, but you do have a lot of the focus not on him. And in fact, most of the movies, except for 4 on Stranger Tides, was his movie and pretty much just him. But the rest of them, he was always more of a supporting character. Obviously got the most screen time and stuff, but he was a supporting character in terms of the things going on in the movies. You need to recapture that, and you need to do that. And so you can't have him as a cameo. He can't be a 30-second thing. He needs to be a main character in the film. And I do think that's what's going to happen because, again, it's too coincidental to actually be coincidental, right? Like, it's not a coincidence that all these things are happening. We just on Friday, right, or maybe Saturday, whichever the last Pirates video I did was, when Jerry was asked flat out if Johnny Depp was coming back, and he smiles, right? He smirks, and then he says, we're working on the script and we're getting closer, but it's not done yet. No guarantees, stuff like that, right? So, and the no guarantees, I do think it's just will Disney greenlight it? But again, it's either you do a Pirates movie or you don't. I think the only way this can actually go is you do the script, Johnny Depp's in it, maybe Jerry has talked to him or whatever happens, you hand it into Disney, and Disney either accepts it or they don't, and you're not going to write him out of that movie because it just will not work. So the answer from Jerry in that case, I'd hope, would be, well, there goes the movie. We're not doing it if he's not in it because this will fail. And if you want us to do Margot Robbie's movie first for whatever reason, that will also fail. We can't do it. And I think everybody's kind of on board, but I don't know. I hope these executives do have brains. It doesn't look so bad now with Johnny Depp being around, again, being victorious in the trial and stuff. It just makes so much sense. But the younger cast, definitely, that is the new thing. Maybe not a big surprise, but the fact that he pitches, so it's not a major negative, but when he literally pitches these movies out loud, he's kind of telling you not the main topic, but the main draw of it. So Margot Robbie, her movie, the main draw of that as of right now, without going into plot and stuff, is her. Then you have Pirates 6. Now he can't say the one with Johnny because I don't think you can say that right now, right? So then what's the next thing you sell it on? Younger cast, new generation, right? Stuff like that. And so it's odd, but also kind of understandable that he would do something like that, right? So here we go. I mean, we keep talking about 2023. I think it's happening. I really think younger cast means just another attempt. Third time's the charm. They always say that. That's a saying. And we've had 2 attempts, and I think the second attempt actually worked, but I guess not. And I guess they're going to try and nail it on the third time. But hey, passing of the torch. Just do it like Top Gun. You can't do it exactly like Top Gun, but Jerry Bruckheimer worked on Top Gun. He's so proud of Top Gun. He loves Tom Cruise. Take what made Top Gun such a good legacy movie, there's plenty to learn from that, and just apply it to Pirates. And I think you'd actually be very, very successful. So there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.